Okay, so in this position, try to find a win for white. Find a way to promote this pawn. So I hope you had a try. So the first move is obviously e6. Now the only way for him to stop this pawn is to move his knight to e2. Otherwise, I will simply promote it. Now the main question of this exercise was where to put this king. So if you did not attend to this problem, then pause the video at this moment and try to find out. You can use elimination. If you reject the bad choices, then whatever remains is obviously the best choice. I can tell you that only one square works. This is a good hint. So I hope you tried it. Now let's see. So the correct square is king h2. Let's see what's wrong with other squares. If I go to h3, then then, uh, if I go to h3, then it's simply knight f4. If I go to h4, then black will play knight f4, e7, and then knight g6. It's a fork. So I cannot go to h3. I cannot go to h4. But what if I go to g4? We go to g4, then black will play knight c3. If you don't push this pawn, then black will play knight d5, and then he will just simply move his king, and whenever you push this pawn, he will take it. And if you do push this pawn now, then after knight d5, if you promote, then there's a fork. And if you promote to knight, then it's simply draw. So moving to king g4 is also a problem. If he moves his king to f3, then black simply has knight d4. This is also a problem. So which squares remain? Okay, the king f2 also faces the same problem. I'll play my knight to c3. If he doesn't do anything, then I play my knight to d5, and this is just simply a draw. So he will have to push his pawn. If he pushes his pawn, then knight e4, then knight f6. Since it's not a rook's pawn, so covering only the last square will also work. So you cannot move his pawn to f2, and if you move to king to g2, then it's simply knight f4. So the correct answer is king h2. Now after king h2, there's no way for him to prevent this pawn from coining. If he tries something like knight d6, then c7. He cannot do anything. This is simply a draw. Knight f. He has no way to prevent this pawn from queening.